They're looking for a woman who just wants to be picked, who's really desperate, who doesn't have any plans, or better yet, has plans with her girlfriends but is willing to ditch the girlies for some potential of dick.
I had absolutely no idea that older women were struggling so much on the dating apps in the year 2026. I always thought it was the other way around. Wasn't it men that were the undesirables? The ones that you wanted to banish from these digital streets, that you didn't want them in your plane of reality, so you would make them perish before your very eyes with a simple swipe of your phone. I always thought it went that way, but apparently that's not really the case. And here what we have is an example, a story of this lady that's going to share her account on what happened once she got back on the dating apps. So we're going to go check this out.
Back on the dating apps for about a month, and I'm really relieved to see that absolutely nothing has changed. There is the amazing uptick I get. My app will be blowing up Thursday morning. And do you know why? It's because men are looking to get laid for the weekend. They're trying to line up their dates for the weekend. And of course, they're not going to put much effort into it. That's why they think Thursday is plenty of time. They're going to talk to you, maybe for a little bit during the day and be like, hey, we should meet for drinks tomorrow. What are you doing Saturday? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. I don't really see what the big deal is personally. Weekends are when a lot of people are off. Why wouldn't you want to line up a date on a Thursday that could lead up until Friday or Saturday or Sunday, whatever the case might be? This is really something that's a nothing burger, in my personal opinion. Honestly, a lot of dudes to begin with don't have luck on dating apps, so they're just constantly swiping. I actually had a friend who was staying with me a couple of years ago who, when OkCupid was in its infancy and they were still utilizing it primarily on a computer instead of the app itself, this dude had like 20 different tabs open with the exact same message copied and pasted to different women, because it's a numbers game at the end of the day. I don't really think they realize that men are not as spoiled for choice, where when we are on an app, you could swipe for days and never get a response.
They're looking for a woman who just wants to be picked, who's really desperate, who doesn't have any plans, or better yet, has plans with her girlfriends but is willing to ditch the girlies for some potential of dick. But here's the other thing. Here's where it gets even better. You look at these guys' profiles, 90% of them are saying they want a long-term relationship. Really, you want a long-term relationship, but you can't even plan a date several more days out. You're hitting me up on Thursday because the weekend is coming around. You don't want a long-term anything. You want short-term fun, but you're going to say you want long-term because most women aren't going to go for a guy who is only looking for short-term fun. You are a player, but you just don't want anyone to know you're a player. It's so transparent, at least to me. If it's not transparent to you, just know this is what they're doing. If you're...
This is what they're doing. These horrible individuals are looking to get laid on a dating app. This is something that none of us would ever do. Perish the thought. Why would that be something that we want to bring into our plane of reality? Look, this is pure silliness, pure malarkey. I really personally believe that this particular lady is just having a lot of bad luck on the dating apps. Now, whether it be that she's finding low quality men, or what she would at least deem to be low quality men, or is just matching up with individuals that are promising her the world and then not delivering. Well, dear viewers, I would personally say that the common denominator here is her. Now, I'm not saying that she is fully the problem, because no one's ever fully the problem, right? It does take two to tango, but this is sort of a hyper generalization of what is not actually real, because once more, you have to be under the assumption that a lot of men are getting matches to begin with, and this just does not happen to us. Do this experiment one day. If you're a guy, make like an AI generic photo of a girl. Don't actually take a real girl's photo, because that's just creepy. Make like an AI one that's like convincing enough, right? And make her look average. Don't make her look super beautiful or anything like that. And then make an account. Make an OkCupid. Do like a Plenty of Fish. Do one of these like random dating apps and see how many matches you get on the first day. I bet you're gonna get a ton. But a guy goes weeks, sometimes months, and they don't even get a single match. That's depressing. You really gotta evaluate yourself. It's like, why the hell am I not getting any matches? Am I that hideous? Am I that ugly? I mean, it is what it is, right? But yeah, people are gonna try to get laid. That's sort of what dating sites are for. You know, now can you find a connection that's genuine on a dating app? Of course you can.
App is blowing up on a Thursday. It's because they want to get laid in the next 24 hours. I've been back on the dating apps for about a month, and I'm really...
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is really silly. Okay, I let the whole video play. Okay, I only interrupted twice. I listened to the feedback of my previous video, and I did not interrupt 100 times. By the way, if you are enjoying the content here on NeoDecoded, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe and help your brother out. My last video did pretty well, and I appreciate everybody that took the time to comment. Let's grow this movement, man. Let's grow NeoDecoded. It's rough out there to date, whether you're a man or a woman or whatever you identify as. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes you are utilizing a dating app because it's a good filler in between meeting people in the real world. I strongly in my heart of hearts believe that the best connections, the most genuine connections you're going to make with people are going to be those in the outside world. And if you're thinking that it's difficult to find somebody, well, you just have to put yourself in places where you're going to meet other people that have similar interests to you. I've said this in the past and I'll say it again. Okay, if you're a runner, maybe join a running group. If you are somebody that enjoys cosplay, then maybe find some conventions that are in your town. You know, talk to the cosplayers. There's always something that you can do to better your odds, but the majority of the time, this is kind of a not so dirty secret when it comes to dating apps, especially on the men's side. Men are swiping almost everybody that they encounter, okay? There's not any particular woman that I believe stands out to them. They're not reading a whole buttload of text to try to see what clever thing they can try to say on a message. A lot of them are copying and pasting messages because realistically, it sucks, but a lot of dudes just don't get love on the apps. And hey, look, this is a double-edged sword, okay? I want you to be well aware of this. Now, women do get a significant amount of more matches, but they're not always the best type of matches. Sometimes you're gonna get some creepos that are hitting you up, and you know, that's also not fun. I wouldn't want to have that type of experience. That's something that sounds horrible in my opinion. But once more, dating apps can be difficult. Generalizing it on both ends just sounds silly because these arguments are always happening, and there's no right or wrong answer here, okay? If you're afraid that the dude that you're gonna meet with online just wants to sleep with you, then make sure that you do your level best to vet him properly, all right? Don't give it up on the first night. Have some standards for yourself. Make them wait a couple of dates. If a dude can't wait 2 or 3 dates to get laid and he just goes to you after that, then yeah, then that's exactly what he was looking for. But there are good men that you can meet out there that will give you the world if given an opportunity, but they have to make it into the front door first.